Hello, callers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. In this video, we are going to be talking on two stories. We start with Ferran Torres, who in a recent interview talks Barca struggles. He talks about his future. He talks about Busquets, Xavi, Ousmane Dembele, and the upcoming Manchester United clash. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about this report claiming that 13 Barca stars showed up for training despite Xavi giving a day off. So, guys, before we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. After a difficult period when he hardly featured for Barca, Ferran Torres might have hit a turning point in the 2022-23 season. The former Man City striker emerged as one of Barca's most impressive performers in the win over Cadiz this past weekend and could now be pushing to start against Manchester United in the UEFA Europa League later this week. Speaking of his turnaround, the forward has recently revealed his state of mind after the poor run but admits he has come out of the pits and is doing well for himself. Ferran Torres said, I felt that I had fallen into a bottomless pit. I had never collapsed so much. I promised Xavi that I would be back again, Ferran Torres said in his recent interaction with the press. Ferran went to talk about his recovery and revealed how his family also helped him get back into the right state of mind. He said, I put myself in the hands of a psychologist. I usually go once or twice a week. My family also helped me. I have a very healthy environment, he said. The Spaniard also revealed how he received support from President Joan Laporta and club captain Sergio Busquets during this period. He said, the president is a very close person with everyone. All of my teammates have helped me. Busquets told me that I should be calm, that the reward would end up coming, he said. Ferran revealed how Xavi praised him after the Cadiz game and hailed the Barca legend for supporting him. He said, Xavi congratulated me after the Cadiz game. We talked often, but I'm not one of those footballers who ask why they don't play. I like competition a lot, and I have it here. Ousmane Dembele is doing an extraordinary job. Talking about the qualities in the manager he admires, Torres said, Xavi's ambitions and illusion with which he has arrived, he carries Barca in his veins and has won everything there is to be won. During his time at Manchester City, Ferran Torres played under former Barca boss Pep Guardiola and revealed what stood out for him in that period. He said, Pep is one of those coaches who knows so much about football that they tell you what will happen. That has always fascinated me. With 2 goals in the league so far, the Spanish international struggles in front of goal are yet to be resolved. But he has appeared much more involved in Barcelona's games. He is not bothered about his lack of productivity anymore. He said, I have learned not to be so obsessed with the goal. I have learned to be happy, to face things. I have had a bad time, but it has been a great opportunity to get to know myself, he said. On facing Manchester United in the UEFA Europa League clash later this week, the ex-City star said, we will have to run like there is no tomorrow. It will be a good game, a game of patience and knowing how to suffer. The Premier League is a very physical league, it's true, but we have a lot of talent and that's also very important. We are going with everything and above all, with young people ready to take on the world. Ferran Torres also talked about his decision to join Barcelona and said he was not responsible for the money Barca paid for him. He said, I'm not to blame for the price they wanted to pay for me. I wanted to come because this is Barca and you can't say no. Xavi called me several times. Leaving City is not easy, but the injury helped me in that sense. I have learned to mature because my departure was not easy. Ferran is now looking forward to making a name for himself at Barca and becoming an undisputed starter in the team. He said, I want to succeed at Barcelona. I see myself here for many years. Nice words there from Ferran Torres, who have been trying to improve his form. I think Ferran is gradually coming back to his best. Against Cadiz, we saw a miracle from Ferran Torres nobody was expecting. And of course, many will argue that Xavi placed him in his best position, which is the right, and that is where he's more comfortable playing. Like most of our wingers are all right wingers. I don't know how Barca will cope with those guys because everybody plays his best game in the right. Dembele, Rafinha, now talking about Ferran Torres, is more brutal and more dangerous playing on the right side. Except Ansu Fati. I think for the players that we have, the forward, it's only Ansu Fati who knows the left well. So I think Barca needs to balance that up. Because definitely the best thing for a team is to put your players in where they play best. And it will bring a lot of reward for the team. Now that we have up to 3 players who know but the right flank more than the left, then Xavi needs to figure out things so that things will be balanced, to be honest. Because I think if Ferran start playing back in that left side, he will be under serious criticisms again, even though he claims that yes, he's getting back to his best and so on and so forth. So let's see actually if things will continue for Ferran as it has started like that. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have a crucial game against Manchester United coming up on Thursday night at Old Trafford. The Blaugrana played out a 2-2 draw in the first leg of their UEFA Europa League playoff match at Camp Nou and will be gunning for a win to book a place in the round of 16. Following the draw, which brought an end to the Catalans' 11-game winning run, they bounced back in style by defeating Cadiz in La Liga. Ahead of the game against Manchester United on Thursday, Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez had given his players the day off from training today. Despite that, according to Mundo Deportivo, as many as 13 Barca stars showed up at the Barca's Ciutat Esportiva complex and went through training exercises today. The La Liga leaders will fly out to England tomorrow 11 a.m. and will only be returning to Barca on Friday. Due to the excursions, Xavi had decided to give his players some rest today by not calling them in for training. However, as many as 13 Barca players voluntarily showed up for training in order to maintain their fitness levels and rhythm ahead of a vital clash against United. As per the report, Marcos Alonso, Pablo Torre, Sergio Busquets, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Jordi Alba, Lewandowski, Koundé, Garcia, Roberto, Arago, Pedri, Dembele were the 13 players who appeared for training. Of the 13, it must be noted that Pedri and Dembele are out with injuries and have been working on their recoveries so that they can be back in action for the Clásico against Madrid in March. Apart from the duo, Barca will also be without Gavi for the trip to Old Trafford, with the teenager being suspended for an accumulation of cards. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.